Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at the types of people you're attracting. So, we're going to be taking a look into your energy, who you're attracting, what types of people you're attracting, and why. Okay, so before I get into your pile selection, I just want to say thank you to everybody that has signed up with the keen readings from the ads. I do get paid commission from that, so I'm super grateful for anybody that has supported the channel through that. Also, I wanted to announce that I am bringing back my membership, so if you'd like to join, I have one section where you can get loyalty badges, priority replies, and photo and status updates, and then a higher level where you get live streams, early access to videos, and priority replies to comments. So sign up if you want to join. So now let's get into your pile selection. We have 3 piles to choose from. For pile number 1, we have the Shell with the Moon Dust Tarot. For pile number 2, we have Agate with the Good Tarot. And for pile 3, we have this Fairy Crystal with the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever one you are most drawn to. So hopefully by now you have picked a pile for yourself. If not, pause the video. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number ones. If you chose this Shell and the Moon Dust Tarot, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at the types of people you are currently attracting and why your energy is attracting that type of person. So I'm going to be completely honest with everything I see you're attracting and why. And of course, if I see anything negative, I will also mention how to attract something different. So let's get started with your reading. Before I get started, I just want to say thank you to everybody that supports my channel. If you enjoy my readings, then please go ahead and click the subscribe button. Also, I do have personal readings available, so you can find my email address in the description box below. So again, this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. So Spirit Guides of pile number 1. Spirit Guides of pile number 1. What types of people are pile number 1's attracting right now? Okay, so I feel these 2 cards, the 9 of Cups, lovely, the Death card. Why? 3 of Wands reversed. Okay, so what I'm getting here, my pile number 1's, is okay, I do feel a lot of healing within the root chakra in your energy right now. So there's something about you maybe having wounds around not feeling safe or secure around people. And maybe you have had a lot of, toxic relationships in your life, or just you had people in your life previously that didn't make you feel safe emotionally or physically or secure within yourself, right? Or triggered some fears in you, if that makes sense. Maybe there was relationship fears that you were purging, because I see this leaving your energy. I see trust issues leaving your energy. So I see you opening up to trust more people. Maybe you had people around you that you could not trust, and therefore you felt insecure. You didn't feel secure around those people. You didn't feel safe around those people. With the 7 of Swords in the reverse at the back of the deck, you felt very suspicious of everybody that entered your life. But now I see your trust opening back up, and I also see your heart opening back up. So the walls around your heart going down. The protection you've put up going down a little bit to let people back in your heart space. And what a spirit is telling me is if I say anything good during this reading, where it does make you suspicious, where it makes you like, hmm, this sounds too good to be true, then I want you to look into that feeling, because that may be presenting you something that is still healing and still transforming within you, so that you can believe you are attracting good people your way. Because when we don't believe it, that is a sign that something is wrong, something needs to be healed, something needs to be looked at. Okay, so with the Nine of Cups, this is really a really good sign. So Nine of Cups energy is you attracting the types of people your way that you want to attract. Nine of Cups is like your wish list. Is what I'm hearing. So if you're like, oh, I want to attract this type of person, this type of person, this type of person, you are currently attracting your wishes. So if you've been manifesting certain types of people your way, like certain types of friendships, relationships, whatever it is, you are going to find that that actually starts to become a reality. Or if you're unconsciously manifesting that and putting that out into the universe, where you're dreaming of it all the time, where you're thinking of it all the time, the types of people you want in your life, you're actually going to find you start to attract that sooner than you think. So with the Death card, there has definitely been a transformation within your energies, which is why you're starting to attract different types of people your way. So whatever you have let go of and purged and completely let go of, even old versions of yourself that allowed that sort of treatment in the past, or maybe not allowed it, but let those people stay around, there's something about you no longer allowing that, no longer. So there was this period where you went through a period of discernment where you didn't trust people. But I feel like that was necessary for your involvement, because you had to gain a sense of discernment to see who's trustworthy and who's not. And I almost want to take back what I said with allowing them in your life, but you're no longer letting people treat you badly. You're no longer letting people that are toxic come into your life. And because you've made that change and now you've transformed where you are beginning to trust people again, there is this change within your energy where you're starting to attract more of the things you actually do want, if that makes sense. So with the Three of Wands reverse, this is your current energy. I think you're no longer focusing on the past. And with the Three of Wands reverse, I'm kind of getting this intuitive sense that this manifestation is coming into your life very quickly, because you have gone back into those old versions of yourself, those old timelines, and cleared certain things. So what I'm getting is actually like a really trippy, weird message, but there is something about you um going back to certain old timelines, even past life, maybe fears or traumas that you had, healing it. Even if you're not going back to past lives consciously, let's say a certain emotion comes up that comes from a past life, the root version from that emotion was from a past life, then you are healing that in that moment, then you are healing something from the past life, changing the trajectory of time in your past lives, in your future. It's kind of like you have jumped timelines, is what Spirit is showing me, where I don't know, I feel like this is going to sound really trippy, but your memories are going to start changing, where maybe even some things, this sounds so weird, maybe even some things you've experienced in the past, it will be like your memories around that change, where it almost feels like you never even experienced those hurtful things. That sounds so trippy and weird. And I almost doubt myself saying that, because that sounds literally impossible, but this is what Spirit is showing me. Spirit is also showing me you're very intuitive, pile number one, and there's something about you not being from this earth. There's something about you being a little bit more mystical in nature. And there's something about you connecting back to your intuition in a way where you are able to trust your intuition when you meet people. And I think part of that was your lesson. So we have the High Priestess and the Hierophant in the reverse. So part of your lesson was being able to trust your intuition and discern people, because I think what has happened in your life when you did attract more negative types of people your way that you didn't want, sometimes you had a gut feeling that this person was not good for you, but you ignored that. And that was your lesson here, to learn to trust your intuition when it comes to people and not doubt your own intuition. So I think this is a sort of upgrade that has happened in your energy, where you've upgraded to the next level, I'm hearing from spirit. And spiritually, now you're starting to attract better people your way, more of the types of people you align to and want in your life, because of this change within your energy, because you start to trust your intuition, even if it seems out there, even if you do not understand the reason behind that intuitive gut feeling, you're starting to trust it, so that you no longer have to go through situations where you doubt your intuition and then it proves you right about a specific person. So if some messages do not resonate, then just discard them, like I said before, because this is a general reading. So what types of people are they attracting their way? So we have Temperance, we have the Moon, we have the Ten of Swords, we have the Six of Cups. So what I will say is this transformation is still happening within your energy, where for a short period of time, you may still attract certain things from the past around that have not been healed. So this is your urge to go within the subconscious mind and fully let go of everything from the past, fully let go of any emotions connecting you to past connections that were hurtful or painful. And you may also attract certain apologies your way, is what I'm hearing from people that have done you wrong, that never took accountability in the past, where maybe even something was hidden to you, where maybe they did something to you that was hidden but never confirmed it. And I see them coming back around to confirm it, back around to give closure. So I see this kind of feeling of you currently still closing off those karmic loops from the past and from past lives, where you may still currently teeny bit be attracting past situations your way that you do not desire, but this is closing off. So what I'm basically seeing is you are healing things from the past and are transforming things from the past, but this gap is getting smaller, where you're attracting this less and less and less the more you heal, if that makes sense. So with the Six of Cups, I also see that you may also start to attract people you've had past lives with, past life connections, soulmate connections. Six of Cups sometimes represents soulmate connections. People you have deep soul connections to with the Moon, people you've had past lives with. So I do see you attracting as well, people that you have deep connections to. So if you've mainly been attracting more surface level connections or superficial connections in your life, you can wave bye to that, because I see you attracting deeper connections in your life, people that really care for you, people that want to nurture you, people that kind of like want to give back to you, because I feel like you've always been that nurture for others, but now there is a balance happening here with Temperance, where you are receiving that nurturing but also giving it to people. So that's something I see. There is a current change happening, but it's happening slowly over time, just like the Moon phases. So there's a change happening in what you're attracting based on how fast you are healing. And I don't want to say fast in a way where you have to rush the healing process, but the more you go into your subconscious mind and you heal from the past, any past emotions, the more you start to see you attract better relationships your way, more loving and fulfilling relationships your way, more people that have pure intentions towards you rather than people that have ulterior motives. And with Temperance here, it's about being patient with your manifestations. So if you have been specifically trying to manifest certain people in your life with certain traits, or just trying to manifest certain relationships that are ideal for you, it's about being patient as you allow that to come into your reality, because the more impatient you are, the more you push that energy away. See, the thing is, when we manifest things in the 3D realm, it takes time to show up, because we live in a more dense reality. So I'm sure a lot of you know what I'm talking about, but when we manifest things on earth, it takes time to actually show up within our reality, but we have to believe it as if we already have it, even if we do not see it yet. And that's what I see with Temperance, the moon. You may also start having dreams of people where your intuition opens up more. But when your intuition opens up more and you feel your third eye opening more, I suggest doing more grounding work to balance out the energies. Because the problem is, if your intuition is too open and you're not grounded, it can almost make you feel a little bit spaced out, is what I'm hearing from Spirit, where you don't feel like you're it almost feels like this dissociated feeling, if that makes sense, or you don't really feel like you're in your body. So I would suggest, when you feel your intuition increasing, because I feel like your intuition is increasing as I look into your energy, it's getting stronger. Also, make sure you're grounding, because I feel sort of like a pain in my root chakra at the back of my back, like my lower back. So maybe also getting like massages to kind of clear the energy there. Or clearing the energy in the root chakra is very important to attract better relationships your way. But as I was saying, is when your intuition gets stronger, you may start dreaming of certain people, like certain people from your past that maybe you have certain emotions towards, where you don't want them in your life anymore, but you may have certain healing dreams. So I probably am part of this pile, where I can attest this has been happening to me, because I resonate with these messages, where I've been having dreams of like people from my past, where with things I thought I have healed from, where, for example, recently I dreamt of my ex and him cheating on me, but like that was so long ago, where I thought, I've healed from that completely. But sometimes you'll have dreams of things like that, situations like that, to sort of trigger any emotions that you have not fully healed from, to kind of like close off that loop and that chapter. And you will start dreaming about people you are yet to meet, people you have maybe had past life connections to. You might even start dreaming of your past lives to give you more insight into how you can close off those karmic loops and invite new energies into your life. I also see clearing of soul contracts, karmic soul contracts, where you're creating new soul contracts in the higher realms, in the dream realm, with new people that are much more ideal for you. So yeah, the messages are coming through in a very spiritual, mystical way, where even I'm trying to grasp them as they're coming through. But I feel like it's because you're so intuitive. That's why Spirit is showing it to me in a more energetic type of way. But definitely Spirit is showing me like you quantum leaping, you shifting realities, moving to a higher timeline. And as you do that, you might notice certain people that have been around you that haven't grown. You might notice them step into a higher version of themselves. So what Spirit is showing me is a vision of a lady I watch on Instagram. I don't know her name. I think it's, let me just check, because I think I know her name, but I'm not really sure. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce her name, so sorry if I mess it up, but it's Paget KG. And she's a quantum energy healer, which is so weird. But she made one video, if I'm not mistaken, about how when you start to upgrade and heal as a person and quantum leap to the next level, you'll notice yourself go into a higher timeline of you, and you'll start to feel like a different person. You'll no longer react to things how you did in the past. You'll no longer feel the same way as you did in the past. I strongly relate to this, where I've gone through this, and you'll notice maybe your face will start to change. You'll notice that you'll act differently than you did before. You'll just feel like a new version of yourself, like a reborn version of yourself. Your interests might even change. And then you'll notice the people around you also start to grow and also become higher versions of themselves almost overnight, where they don't react to things in the same way. It almost feels like a Mandela effect, where it's like you're looking at people and how they used to be, and they're completely changed overnight. And then it's like, am I remembering things wrong? Is this a Mandela effect? It almost feels trippy like that. So I'm just seeing you jump onto higher timelines, if that makes sense. And then the people around you evolve as well, because they also jump into a higher timeline with you. So the more you grow, the more people around you grow too. And this might sound weird or strange, but you might find that people that you have sort of wanted to distance yourself from, where you're noticing they're not growing as much as you, when you start to grow and move to a higher timeline, then there is something about those people growing too, in a way where maybe you would have left them if they hadn't. But then you see this shift or change in them, and it surprises you so much. So I'm seeing something about that. You might even find that people from your past become a little bit more empathetic and become a little bit more in this energy where they're apologizing to you and regretful of the decisions they've made in the past, where it completely catches you off guard, if that makes sense, because that's not like them. Maybe in the past they never apologized for things. So with the Four of Swords in the reverse, this is your current energy. I think it's important to rest right now, to not worry too much or feel anxiety about what you're attracting, but more so put out the sort of energy of what you do want to attract, your ideal. So it's important to not feel restless about when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen. And it's important to kind of like visualize the types of people you do want in your life, the types of energies they have, the traits they have. Tap into the feelings behind that so that you can manifest that and pull that into your reality faster. But don't stress too much about the what ifs, the hows, the whens, because that sort of pushes your manifestations away. So basically, in essence, what I'm saying here is the types of people you're attracting, you're letting go of the challenges with the Nine of Wands reverse. You're letting go of restlessness and anxiety and learning to feel safe in your body, and you're releasing things from the past. As a result of that, you're starting to attract more of the things you do want to manifest. Not just people you want to manifest, but things you want to manifest. More deeper connection, soulmate connection, soul tribe. But as you jump onto those higher timelines of manifesting those ideals for yourself, you may notice the things you attracted in the past slowly get smaller. So in essence, this is what I see here. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number twos. If you chose this agate crystal and the good tarot, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at the types of people you are attracting your way. So I'm going to be honest with whatever I see here. If I do see something negative though, I will mention how to attract better. But what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to look at the types of people you're attracting, your current energies right now, and why you're attracting those types of people, to not just tell you the types of people you're attracting, but tell you why, so you can get more understanding on what energy you're putting out there. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, please find my email address in the description box below. And if you enjoy this reading, please consider hitting the subscribe button. So before I pull your tarot cards, I just want to mention what I'm seeing intuitively. So I'm seeing the angel number 5555, and I'm seeing 1155. So there is some kind of new beginning, as well as a huge change that is coming your way. In terms of the types of people you're manifesting. So essentially what I'm seeing when I got to your pile, I saw the Hermit card clairvoyantly. And I felt this energy as though a lot of you have mostly been kind of like introverted, or kind of like, if you're not introverted, then I see another message where you've been on a spiritual journey where you've mostly been looking within, where you've been a little bit alone on the journey. You maybe have noticed as you have started to grow and evolve that you have lost a lot of people in your life. You've lost a lot of friendships. You've lost a lot of maybe even relationships, romantic connections, lost contact to family members, and whoever you have lost, it was like divine intervention where they were not aligned to you. They were not going to, help you move forward. They were going to hold you back energetically. So they were removed from your life so you could go within and look within, find yourself, go on a journey of self-introspection, understand yourself deeply, and find the answers within instead of looking for things externally. Instead of looking for answers externally, looking for happiness externally, it's like you had to learn to be one with yourself, to find yourself deeply, heal yourself deeply, understand yourself deeply. And now this alone period is coming to an end. So even if you relate to being more of a homebody or an introvert, I see an energy shift happening where you start to change. The journey you're on starts to change and go to the next chapter, where now you're no longer being alone on your journey, because it seems like you found yourself. It seems like you've healed a lot, you've grown a lot, you found self-awareness. And now in this next chapter, you are starting to attract people that have maybe been on the same journey as you, where they have also been in that alone, looking within journey, growing, evolving. And then they are kind of going to support your journey, and you're going to help each other grow even more. So you're going to attract people that have growth mindsets, that have already been looking within, that are maybe even on their own spiritual journeys. And I see you becoming more extroverted in nature. I see you going out more. I see you moving around, dancing. Like, I don't see you sitting at home all the time. Even if you are a homebody and you enjoy that, I relate to being a homebody. There's just something about you wanting to go out more, travel, explore the world. I see you going to places where you're just having fun with like a larger friend group. But I won't say there's too many people, because you're still kind of like letting people in based on if they're aligned to you or not. So I kind of see your friendships being like a VIP circle almost, metaphorically, where you're only letting certain people in that align to you, that also relate to you, that are also like-minded. Maybe even people you have similar interests in. So, for example, I'm seeing somebody here that loves to paint or loves to do yoga or some type of activity, and you find people that love to do it as well. Let's say you go to a certain class and you find people that have similar interests in you, and then I see you doing that on weekends or something where it's fun for you. So I see you getting out more. I see you enjoying life a lot more, exploring life more, just seeing things more. It's like you're kind of putting yourself out there and being more of a social butterfly. So it's not more so about the types of people you're attracting, but the energy shift within you, where there's a change on your spiritual journey, where you're now ready to invite people into your life again. So I feel like that alone time was necessary for your own development. But now you're also attracting people that have been on their own growth journey too. You might even attract people that have similar stories to you or relate to you in terms of the things you've been through in life. Okay, so what types of people are they attracting? So we have Messenger of Earth. I also see some of you making friends. Like, let's say you go to a course or something, or you go to some kind of what is it called? Like a workshop where you're learning about something, where you're learning about a skill. Like, for example, let's say you start to feel this urge to go to a certain class and you meet certain people there that are like-minded, that are also wanting to learn about that thing you're interested in. I see something about that. I see some of you maybe even going to study something and then meeting certain people there that you're studying with, or this has to do like with work or school or studies or something, where let's say you get a new job and you meet new people at your job and you start to become friends with them as well. But I don't see this being such close friends that you keep around all the time, but more so like work or school friends, people you enjoy spending time around when you're at work or school. And it's kind of like, it just feels comfortable, if that makes sense. We have the King of Pentacles in the reverse. You might also start attracting people that are very ambitious, that want to make money, that, like want to kind of make a legacy for themselves in terms of their career. So let's say, for example, you opened your own business. Maybe you start attracting people that have also opened their own business, that aren't maybe abundant or successful yet, but are working towards that. And you sort of learn from each other and bounce ideas off each other. Maybe you go to a workshop together where you learn how to manage your own businesses. So I'm seeing something like that as an example. Or let's say you have a certain goal. Like I'm seeing somebody here, this is not going to resonate with everybody, but maybe somebody here wants to get into modeling and you start going into that, and then you meet other people that also want to go into that and you kind of learn together. So I'm seeing an energy like that as an example. Take it as it resonates as per your own life, but something to do with work, school, people that want to achieve things, people that motivate you to do better within your career or your studies. So it's like an opportunity here with the Ace of Pentacles to help you step into your leadership energy, or to help you kind of like learn something to help your abundance grow, to help you grow within your career, your knowledge grow around that specific skill. Okay. So we have the Six of Swords and the Four of Cups. I do feel like, along with how I said, you're attracting more like-minded individuals, people that have maybe like similar interests as you. So I'm seeing an energy here where it's confirming what I said before, because the Six of Swords is a transformation, a shift, you changing directions in your spiritual journey. Maybe before you had certain people around you where you did not feel like you fully had fun with them, with the Four of Cups. So let's say you were friends with people and you noticed that they just didn't really get you. They didn't get your interests. They didn't get you. They didn't get your music taste. They didn't get your jokes. Like, you tolerated them, you liked them, but it didn't feel like, one of those connections where you could truly be yourself around those people. Because it almost feels like they didn't get you. They didn't understand you. They didn't relate or like the same things as you. And I see you now starting to attract people where you'll sit around them and you won't feel bored. You won't feel like, oh, I want to go home right now. You know what I mean? You won't feel like, I'm just seeing you sit around certain people and you're just so chatty and talkative. And even for those that are watching that are like, I'm more of a quiet person, I see some kind of change in you where these people you start to attract bring out the best in you, where you feel like you can be your true self around them, where you even start becoming more chatty, where you even feel like you're just enjoying every moment, even if you're not doing anything in particular that's fun. You just feel like you're enjoying it. You don't feel bored. So there is a change in the types of people you're attracting, where you're attracting people that you can sort of be yourself around, people that get you, understand your way of communicating, and it's kind of like you just bounce off each other. Okay, so we have the Messenger of Air. But I'm seeing more of a friendship group. So Spirit is showing me an example of like four friends sitting together and you're always hanging out together. I'm not seeing you just like be friends with one person. I'm seeing like a whole friendship group where you even have like your group chat where you all go out together maybe every Friday night to someplace different. It's kind of like that, and then maybe you'll hang out one on one with some of them at some times, but it's like you're more so hanging out together as a group. I see that. So we have the Four of Swords. Okay, these are people you kind of just feel at peace with. And these are people that are also very chatty and talkative, and they're also very peaceful people. So I don't see any friends you attract where it's like always drama. These are just people that love their own peace. Like I said, they've already grown to a certain level where they don't need to be involved in drama. They don't need to be involved in gossip or any low vibrational things. You'll just feel at peace with them. I'm even seeing an example here where maybe some of you on your spiritual journey feel like maybe you had friends in the past where you could only go out with them clubbing and doing all that. Maybe you've come to a place where that's not fun for you anymore, and now you want different types of friends, friends that you can travel with, do other types of fun activities with. So I see something like that for some of you as well. So we have Fortune's Wheel. It seems like whoever you're attracting into your life with this friendship group I mentioned feels like people you are fated to meet, you are destined to meet. It seems like there is some kind of purpose for you meeting them. So it's not even about you intentionally putting out that energy like I want to attract this my way. It's like no matter what happens, you are going to attract this your way because it is meant to be. It is fated to happen. It is destined to happen. It's kind of like it's written in the stars. I'm kind of seeing it in a very cool way and how Spirit is showing it to me. You know those movies where it's like star-crossed lovers or a group of friends that are meant to meet, and it's kind of like, let's say we are seeing a movie where God is trying to organize this and put them all together, or the universe, or people in the higher realms are spirit guides and they're trying to put us all together, and when we meet, magical things just happen in our lives. Like ripple effects start to happen in our lives. We kind of just help each other evolve in wonderful ways, and we change each other's lives in the best possible way we couldn't even think of. It's like a very magical energy, if that makes sense. Like it's planned by the universe, planned by God, your spirit guides, whatever you resonate with. But it's fated to happen. So no matter what happens, it's going to happen. It's destined to happen. We have the Three of Pentacles. You might even find you start to work with some people you attract your way, where I don't know if these are like part of your friendship group or if these are other people I'm seeing, but let's say you start to attract business partners your way, or people that you can work with in some way or collaborate with in some way with the Three of Pentacles, people that are like-minded, people you relate to. So that could look different for all of you, but I see some kind of collaboration here, or people you can work together with, or, use your talents with to bring out the best, where it's like, let's say you have a group of 3 people, for example, and one person has a business idea and they all have talents around that where they can work together. One person does the marketing, one person does something else where they answer all the emails, one person, thinks about the product. I'm just using that as an example, but that's the kind of energy I see. So why are they attracting this their way? We have temptation. So maybe this is something you have been desiring. Because when I look at the temptation card, it kind of looks like she wants to eat this apple, and it kind of looks like she wants to open up this box of coins. So maybe you have been like desiring something very heavily in terms of, reaching a new state of abundance or reaching a new state in your career. Like earthly desires that you want that kind of like make you excited. So maybe you have desired this within your friendships as well. And because of that, maybe you're starting to attract it your way, but also because it's fated to happen. Hanged Man reversed. The Five of Pentacles. So this is nothing you have experienced in your life before, but it's going to completely change your perspective because it's meant to. So how do I explain what I'm seeing here, Spirit? How do I put it in words? It's almost like you've been waiting for this for a really long time. You've been desiring this for a really long time, but you haven't seen it happen in your life. And maybe at some point you just gave up hope, like, okay, I'm not going to attract friendships like this because I just keep meeting people like this. So I see some of you giving up on that desire even because you haven't seen it happen in your life. But because you desire this so much and because it is fated for you, it's like the universe is giving it to you, even though it hasn't happened in your life yet. But I do think with the Five of Pentacles, you are meant to go through a phase in your life where you lack this to be able to grow and look within, because we see this lady here that almost looks like a tree with like leaves all over her, which is making me think of growth. And the Hangman reverse is making me think of waiting for a super long time that almost feels unnecessary so that we can gain a different perspective of ourselves. But now the wait is over. That's what it's making me feel intuitively. So why are they attracting this? Eight of Cups. Maybe you've walked away from connections that aren't fulfilling to you. Even if it's like there's nothing wrong with those connections, there's nothing toxic or drama-filled, you just don't feel like you relate to them. You just don't feel like you can be that yourself in front of them. You feel bored around them. You don't feel like you have the same interests or same goals or same values. So you have left those energies behind. And I'm hearing that song Lonely. I'm so lonely, that song. So it's kind of like you have gone through a period of feeling lonely and not having that in your life, but because you let go of things that weren't aligned to you, you started to make space for new energies to come your way. And with the Eight of Wands, I feel like it is going to come into your life very quickly. The wait is over now since it's opposite the Hangman. With the Queen of Wands, you've also started realizing that maybe you are worthy of it. You deserve it, because I feel like sometimes when we want something or we desire something, we back away from that desire because we're like, oh, maybe I should just settle for what I have. Am I being ungrateful? Or, I really like these people in my life, but almost feeling guilty for not feeling like they fully align. Or, I really want this, but I don't want to be like entitled to the things I want, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Not entitled. How do I say this? Let's say I want to manifest abundance, and then some part of me feels like, am I being greedy for wanting to manifest this abundance? But then another part of me starts to realize that maybe some part of me desires that, so why push away that desire? I'm worthy of that desire. So I see you stepping into this energy with the Queen of Wands of confidence, of feeling worthy of your desires, of feeling like, if I want this, then why not give myself what I want? Yes, it's not what I need, but it's what I desire. And maybe I desire it for a reason. Maybe my heart is pulling me to it for a reason, if that makes sense. And with the Queen of Wands, you've also built a strong relationship with yourself. As a result of that, you're also going to attract better people your way. I do see that. Because I see your vibration rising in a way where maybe in the past, for some of you, you attracted friends that were very jealous of you, for some of you, not all. And now that you started to become more confident in yourself, you're also attracting people that are confident in themselves, that don't feel the need to compete with you in any way. So this is what I see in your reading. This is the types of people you're attracting and why. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number threes. If you chose this fairy crystal, and the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at the types of people you're currently attracting. I'm going to tell you the types of people you're attracting, why your energy is attracting, and I'm going to be completely honest with what I see here. So if I do see anything negative, I will also mention why that is and how you can change that energy around so that you can also understand why your energy is attracting that and not me just telling you what you're attracting. Okay, so please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. Also, if you find yourself enjoying this reading, then please consider hitting the subscribe button. So let me tell you what I see before I get into your tarot cards. So it is 1221 on the clock. That may be an angel number for some of you that is significant. Firstly, the first thing I'm seeing is people you have had conflicts with, people you have not got along with. I see some kind of conflict resolution there. So let's say there are people in your life that you haven't spoken to in months, years, because of a big falling out, where you had so much anger towards this person or these types of people, and they had so much anger towards you. I see something happening. It could be different for all of you in how it happens. For some of you, I see that person reaching out to you and trying to apologize to you, trying to resolve the conflict with you. For others of you, I see you bumping into them out of nowhere because the universe sort of places you two together in the same environment. And at first you don't want to talk to each other, but eventually there comes a moment where both of you decide to be the bigger person and apologize to the other person. Or for others of you, I see this energy where they send a letter to you out of nowhere, or something comes out of nowhere where they want to resolve something with you or heal that connection with you. And the reason why this is happening is because I feel like you have. So, what Spirit is showing me is you've come to a place where you're no longer as angry about those situations that have happened as you were in the past when it first happened. Maybe you have let go of a lot of it. Maybe some of you have come to a place of forgiveness. Maybe some of you are still working towards that. And maybe others of you haven't forgiven them, but you're less angry about the situations that have happened. You've kind of let go of those emotions towards that. So what Spirit is showing me is fire. And sometimes fire can represent anger, and just high emotions. And that fire sort of dying down slowly but surely. But for those people as well. So I see them feeling less angry as well. Those people where they're more, what's the word? They're more open to resolution because that fire has died down. But I also see some of those people you have had conflicts with feeling a little bit insecure about the way they dealt with the situation, where maybe they've come to a phase in their life where they no longer react that way, like that old version of themselves, and they still feel insecure about the way they dealt with things, where they wish they would have dealt with things better, where they wish they would have been a little bit more emotionally mature in that situation, but they weren't. So I see them feeling like, I have changed a little bit, I've grown a little bit, and I no longer want to react in the same way I did before. I no longer want to partake in, toxic things I did before. And now I feel like in order for me to move forward on my growth journey, I need to be able to apologize to this person. Even if it happened years ago and this person forgot about it, even if I have pride and I feel embarrassed to apologize, I feel like in order for me to move forward, I need to be able to do this. So I see some of them coming your way intentionally to do that. So another energy I see here, which is a completely different energy, I heard the word hedonistic and I started tasting food, and I started seeing a vision of you being at certain events or places where you're like being with certain people and you're going out to restaurants with them, you're experiencing some kind of pleasure with them, you're going out to lounges with them. This may not resonate with everybody, take it as it resonates, but for some of you, it's like people that are also foodies like you, if you're a foodie, and then you're going out to different restaurants together to eat together, maybe every single weekend, going for brunch and just having fun there, experiencing the pleasure through food. I see some of you experiencing more nightlife where maybe you live in the city. Spirit is showing me New York as an example where you're like going out to different lounges and rooftop bars and you're just having so much fun. And if that doesn't sound like you, maybe you just meet certain people that bring out that hedonistic, pleasurable side of you, but it doesn't feel like it's in a toxic way or in a harmful way to you. It's just like you're more so experiencing the pleasures of life with them. And if it's not that, then I see something about maybe some of you attracting a relationship your way that is like maybe you enjoy eating food together, maybe you two enjoy going out together, experiencing things that are pleasurable to both of you, and maybe this is going to be like a highly sexual relationship where you just feel so much passion and pleasure. So I see something about that for some of you. So let's see what else comes out here. But first I want to find out anything about why of the things I mentioned, what I saw clairvoyantly. So why? So we have the scribe. In terms of the people you've had conflicts with that I mentioned about conflict resolutions, I see something within the Akashic records with the scribe, but the scribe is also a card that talks about record keeping. So how I use this meaning in a more practical way is, let's say, when you have a fight with somebody, you kind of keep a record of their wrongdoings in your mind. Like, oh, I don't like this person because they did this and this and this and this to me. I will never forget. Like, that's the kind of energy of this card, if that makes sense. But the scribe can also represent Akashic records healing. So what this essentially means is maybe you've had karmic ties to them in past lives, or maybe both of you or one of you wronged each other or wronged one another in the past life. It could be you, it could be this person, it could be both of you, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. The past is in the past, but those karmic loops from the past life are coming to an end because you have healed certain angers towards these people, but they have also healed anger towards you and let go of it with the Five of Wands. Okay, because the healing card wanted to come out. Where is it now? Oh, here it is. This healing card wanted to come out. So both of you have healed anger towards each other. And with the frog here and the snake, I see a transformation where you no longer want to be involved in this anymore. So this is why the conflict resolution is happening, because maybe they've also been healing something and this karmic connection is supposed to end. It's not supposed to continue. Okay, so I think it's something that's meant to happen in this lifetime. Maybe you created a soul contract with this person that was like, we're going to get into a huge fight. We're both going to heal from that anger. And then when we come back to that, when that fire dies down, we're going to apologize to each other so that we can clear hundreds of years of karma where we've incarnated to each other with each other and just done each other wrong or hurt each other, so that we can clear that karma, so that we don't have to keep incarnating and keep learning harsh lessons from each other where there's always conflict and pain and problems. So this is actually a good thing where you're clearing that karma together. Okay, and the hedonistic pleasure is why. So we have the Seven of Cups. We have the Six of Pentacles. Well, I almost see it as like that's not the only energy you're attracting. That's part of the energy you're attracting. So basically, what Spirit is describing to me here is you're gonna have different types of people you're attracting your way, like multiple types of people. So, say for example, you attract people that you can go out on brunches with and have, I don't know, like mimosas or cocktails with, and just have a good fun time with. And then there are people you're maybe attracting your way that you can go out with and party with whenever you feel like partying. And then there's maybe people you're attracting your way that are a lot more responsible and a lot more focused on their career, where you can sit with them and kind of like learn from them and they learn from you. And people that you can count on that will come your way, where they will be the types of friends where, let's say you're going through something or you need something, you can count on them and rely on them. And then there's going to be other people where you just see it as like a casual friendship or a relationship, but you're not that close to them, but you're just having fun with them. So I feel like what I'm trying to describe here is you're going to have different people come into your life with different purposes. Some people are just going to be friends you have fun with, where you're not really relying on them too much, where you're not like really looking at them as a close friend, but just a friend to have fun with. You know what I mean? And then there are going to be friends that come your way or people that come your way where you like really feel like you can count on them and rely on them and they're responsible and they kind of take care of you as a friend. I also see you attracting friends that are like mom or dad friends that kind of like take care of you. I also see something about attracting like a soulmate or twin flame relationship. And if you are already in one, in a romantic connection, then this could just be like more love happening between the two of you, where your love grows in some way. Okay, so we have the Two of Cups and masculine and feminine. So if you're not in a relationship yet, I see this person being very similar to you in a way where they're almost like another version of you in a human body. I also see them helping you whenever you need it. I see there being like a lot of sexual desire between the two of you, a lot of passion, but I also see that you two will just ground each other in some way. You two will have a lot of love towards each other. This will be an incredibly healing romantic connection where it almost like saves you from past pains you've experienced in the past. And with the kind of like connections I'm talking about that you're attracting, it's kind of like you're going to have a variety of different connections in your life. So it's important to manage your expectations around the different connections. So like I said, those friendships you have where they're just like going out friends, partying friends, clubbing friends, don't expect them to, listen to you when you're crying. Don't expect them to help you when you need it. Just see them as a friend that you go out with and have fun with. Don't have too much of a high expectation towards them. And then the friends that are there for you and prove to you that they want to be there for you and, listen to you, vent, whatever it is, those will be the friends that will be there for you. So you'll kind of have like friends in different categories, relationships in different categories, a variety of, how do I say this? A variety of, like why can't I speak? A diverse friend group. And when I say that, I mean like diverse energies. So different types of people, where they're all different, but it's like a variety, if that makes sense. So the way Spirit is describing it is, imagine we have like different Skittles and each one is a different flavor. Imagine each person being like a different flavor of energies that you get to experience, where they're not all the same, but they all come with a different purpose. They all come to give you something different, to add something different to your life. But I do also see you starting to attract the types of people that are very generous to you. So maybe if you've been somebody that has always been that person that gives, and you've had like non-reciprocal connections in your life, I see something happening where you start to attract people that are also giving to you. And I think it's because you have grown and progressed within your own healing journey, where I feel like it's also because you're not wanting people like that in your life that just take and don't reciprocate. So because of that, because of your mindset shift, because of your choices that have changed, you start to attract different types of people your way. So what are they attracting and why? What types of people? The Nine of Pentacles. So there are going to be some people in your life that help you grow on a spiritual level, but also career level. But also people that are much kinder, much more like best friend type of energy. People that are generous, body and mind. I see you also attracting certain friendships or people your way that balance out the other energy. So I mentioned I saw hedonistic energies where you're just having pleasure and eating and enjoying and, just enjoying the pleasures of earth, if that makes sense. And I know that doesn't sound very spiritual, but I mean, we're living a human experience. It's okay to enjoy something sometimes. But then I also see you attracting certain friends that bring you balance so that it doesn't create challenges or problems for you later on. So let's say you have friends that you go out with and you club with, or you go eat out at restaurants with, and then the next day you have certain friends that are like, let's go to the gym together, let's eat healthy together, let's go to the sports bar. And I don't know, like it's giving me that type of energy where they're very like health focused, right? So you're gonna have different types of people that kind of balance the energy out. And then I also see, going back to like karmic relationships you've had in the past. What is this energy? I can't put my finger on exactly what I'm seeing. Queen of Wands. Okay, what I'm about to tell you may not be what you want to hear, but it's what I'm seeing, so I'm going to be honest. I see you resolving conflicts with the people that have grown. But there are some people you have had, negative relationships to, karmic relationships to, that haven't exactly grown. So I don't see you resolving things with everybody you've had like karmic connections to, because I see some people you've maybe been friends with. And this feels like in your younger years, or just like some time ago, people you've been friends with that have been like secretly jealous of you, that have been very deceitful, that have lied to you, that have had ulterior motives, wanted to use you. I do see them trying to come back into your life when you evolve in some way. So I see something about you maybe having a glow up, or you evolving within your career. I've actually seen something in the beginning of the reading that I wasn't sure if I should mention, but I see some here being social media influencers or content creators where, like, for example, I'm seeing someone here that is a content creator where your page just blows up, or you become really successful in your career, or you get some kind of glow up, or you're just doing really well in life. And then I see them kind of trying to come into your life to create problems for you because of jealousy. So just know that when you level up, and this is very common for my pile threes, with my pile threes, there's always people that are jealous of you. And it's because you are leveling up in some way. It's because you are happy. It's because you're radiating good energy. They're intimidated and jealous of you for a reason, because they want something you have. So when you start to level up in life and grow in life and, become happier, become more fulfilled, there is something about, there are going to be people that are going to try to test you, that are going to try to take that satisfaction away from you because of jealousy. And that does happen. When you move to the next level in life, there are going to be people that admire you and are proud of you. And then there are going to be people that are jealous of you and believe that they deserve to have what you have. You know what I mean? So I think it's just about accepting it and being aware of it, that there are different people in life and that not every person is going to support us. And when you are making big changes in your life, when you are making big moves in your life, big level ups in your life, there are going to be people that are jealous. That's just a sign that you're moving in the right direction. So we have the Eight of Swords. The important message is to not let them keep you stuck, to not let them create challenges in your life, to see their intentions and motivations, because they're only coming in here to make you feel stuck, to make you feel like you're still at that same place, to make you almost, to take away the satisfaction and the pleasure you've had from this big change in your life, if that makes sense. So even if you become more independent and let's say you buy your first home and then somebody hears about it, like for example, I'm hearing maybe one of you have like a jealous sister, and this jealous sister just finds this address and is like jealous and is trying to come to this house and like almost cause problems for you and be like, oh, I need a place to stay, blah, 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 and then cause you problems. Like, don't allow that to happen. Because when you gain more independence and more for yourself, there are going to be people that are jealous of you, but also try to take from you at the same time. So just be aware of that. And it's not that you're doing anything to attract it per se. It's just something that naturally happens as you level up, which is what Spirit is telling me. So there's nothing you can necessarily do to stop this, except having boundaries and not letting people rob you of your peace. So that's what I have for you. This is what you're attracting, the types of people you're attracting and why. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.